Ahoy, my scrumptious caramel flakes! Last video we covered some pretty sweet mods, which the majority of y'all seem to embrace with open arms. So let me know if you want me to cover more mods and turn it into a little series. For your wishes on my command, my lords. But for now, let's blow some stuff up and expand our glorious arsenal of zombie pulverizing armaments of destruction. Not a single weapon suits that description better than the old beloved RPG. This beautiful RPG can be found in gun stores, safe houses, army camps, and if you're extra lucky, then sometimes at your local police station. For the police has to keep the peace, no matter the cost. When using the RPG, you better make sure you keep a healthy distance from the detonation range, for it might end badly if you don't. To expand your arsenal beyond explosives, there's the well-known Brita's weapon pack and arsenal GunFighter mod. Both of these mods go hand in hand together, and these mods will pretty much make your game into Call of Zomboid. Most of you are probably already very familiar with these two mods, so I won't go extremely in depth. But these mods will bring the gunplay to the next level. They add a massive amount of different guns, more than I'm able to quickly show you. But here's a few. From sniper rifles which you can shoot very far with, which even sniped zombies that I didn't even notice were there. Then you have the fully automatic guns to bring down bigger groups with ease. Pistols for easy access, and even crossbows to take your enemies out silently, in the typical Daryl Dixon fashion. Unfortunately, you cannot pick your crossbow bolts back up, so I'm not sure if it's worth it. Next to the firearms, the Brita's weapon pack and Arsenal GunFighter mod will also provide you with new melee weapons. For example, a Chinese sword which hits like a truck, and the legendary Conan sword which will make you become Conan the Barbarian himself. All around these mods will make it so you have a wide range of new weapons to give the zombies a very bad time. These firearms are also moddable, meaning you can upgrade them by giving them a scope, for example. Like I did with my beautiful crossbow. Now don't tell me this doesn't look cool. The mods will also tell you whether your gun is empty or not and how many bullets are in your gun, which is pretty neat. If you want to level your reloading skill fast, we got another neat little mod called AutoReload. With this mod, you can constantly reload your gun to boost your reloading skill through the roof. No longer does idling in your base have to be wasteful. Spend it on reloading your gun like an absolute madman. If you then speed it up, you will even be able to roleplay yourself being possessed. Truly horrifying indeed. Do note that it doesn't work with gun magazines, but it only works with raw bullets. As you are watching, you might have gotten distracted by my armor kit, which I know looks pretty cool. The visor, chest armor, the helmet and backpack are from the mod Brita's armor pack. Brita's armor pack adds a wide variety of armors and clothing, so you can get yourself a new look every morning. You can start your day as a Silent Hill nurse or as a very successful armored survivor. The stats on these armors are pretty good, especially this body armor which gives 150 bullet defense and a very high scratch and bite defense as well. It's not as if zombies will quickly walk up to you and shoot you, but the bullet defense could be cool for multiplayer. The Brita's armor pack has it all. Now we talked a lot about guns, of course you need ammo to even shoot them, which is something you might quickly run out of. Especially if you love blowing up zombie heads with that sweet gunpowder. Just like Eugene from The Walking Dead, you can now make your own bullets with the Making Bullets mod. You start with making some bullet molds, which requires a metal sheet, some welding rods, a propane torch, a hammer, a saw and a welding mask. To make the molds you also need 7 metalworking, which in itself is quite a pain to get. But making bullets is probably not something you would be doing in early game anyway. Next off, you need gunpowder. This can be made with NPK fertilizer or compost for the more sustainable option. Then you need stone, some charcoal, which I will get to in a bit, a mortar and pestle and a hammer. I like how this gives a new use for all those stones you can find through foraging. I like it a lot. The compost or NPK fertilizer might become a pain if you want to make a lot of bullets though. But thankfully it only requires 1 unit of those in return for 30 gunpowder, so it could have been a lot worse. To make the charcoal you don't actually need fire, you just combine logs and campfire materials and then you get charcoal, which are things that can also be infinitely gathered, making it really good for late game crafting. Now we have everything, you can now finally make your own bullets. I actually like this mod a lot. The more freedom in crafting I get, the more self-sustaining I can be, which really tickles my fancy. Considering we are now making our own bullets, we might as well make our own guns. The scrap guns mod and the workshop mod, which go hand in hand, allow you to do just that. Using the workshop mod you can make many things from scratch. You can construct a metal workbench which you will use to deconstruct all kinds of items in the game. which you can then build new items with like guns, melee weapons or armor, which we will cover in a bit. This mod is pretty much really big on repurposing things and recycling, which can be handy if your weapon breaks beyond repair, for example. For now you can recycle it instead of just trashing it, and give your weapon a whole new life. If we go ahead and get this meat cleaver broken, which seems to take surprisingly long, well, this is why you aim for the head, guys and girls. At this rate it will take ages till it kills the zombie. But if you like crippling zombies, then by all means, crush the legs. Alright, now the cleaver is broken. Let's go back to the workbench so we can work on disassembling it. There we are. Now we just have to open a crafting menu so we can disassemble the broken cleaver, which has its very own neat little animation. Now we just deconstruct the metal head into metal parts, which can then be turned into scrap metal. To use the scrap metal, we're just gonna make this propane gas furnace real quick. There we are. Now we need a mold to cast our scrap metal in, which in this case can be made with some dirt and a pipe. And now we can reuse this mold infinitely to cast more metal pipes with our scrap metal. Now let's turn this pipe into a makeshift gun, because that's what we're here for. Now making a makeshift gun does require you to scrap a pistol or any other gun to get the gun parts, which sounds a bit counterintuitive, I know. But at least you can turn a crappy pile of pistols into a rifle or shotgun this way. Or just scrap those police officers' shotguns, which are fairly common. So let's make an assault rifle, which is something you don't typically find. You gotta appreciate the work he put into the sound effects. Alright. This gun looks pretty savage. And it works like a charm. It's a thumbs up for me. Oh, and you can also make nail and glass bombs, by the way. I wonder how badly a glass bomb would hurt. Now if you want a full scrap experience, then you should also get the matching scrap weapons and scrap armor mod, which are honestly part of the package. Doing so will make you become a true warrior of the apocalyptic world, cutting through the hordes of zombies with whichever scrap weapon you prefer. All this was looking very stylish and most importantly, very protected. These scrap weapons can of course be repaired with, you guessed it, scrap metal, making them very sustainable, which automatically makes them really cool. For those who want a more cheap and simple armor piece, then I have just what you need, which is magazine armor. This mod allows you to create a cheap and decent armor for your beautiful forearms. All you need is a boring magazine and some duct tape, and then this could be you. I like how he is sawing to make the magazine armor, without actually having a saw. To expand on the basic crafting needs, the mod More Pole Weapons allows you to make more long reach weapons than just a crappy wooden spear. No longer do you just have to roll off a wooden stick with a screwdriver attached to it. Now you can attach a hammer to a crafted spear and pretty much make a warhammer. To bring it to the next level, you can toss an additional knife onto it too. And then there it is. You now have a true medieval beauty of a weapon, which is a beautiful makeshift pole axe. There's many different varieties of pole weapons you can make. Attaching a katana to a spear gives you a very cool looking naginata, which actually does really good damage. So I think this is a pretty cool mod overall. For those who want to go full medieval, there is the mod Antique Armory. This mod adds many rare findable weapons from the medieval times like the maul. It also adds weapons from the ancient times like the cutlass from ancient Greece. And more modern weapons like the basket-hilted sword. And weapons from the Far East like the dao. And it also adds weapons from indigenous people like this makuatl. Makuahatl? I don't know. I'll put it on screen. As you saw on the piles of weapons, there's quite a few in each category. Of course, we can't forget about the armor. The mod also adds chainmail and a few different helmets, all of which grant 100 scratch and bite defense. Now the mod also adds things to the medieval weapons category like the crossbow, but as you see, this doesn't work. It just gives me many errors when I try to shoot it. But this is because unfortunately the owner of this mod has passed away, and may he rest in peace. But this is why the mod has not been updated. However, all of the armors and melee weapons are still completely functional, so this mod is definitely still worthwhile. And with a bit of luck, someone might pick the mod up and continue work on it. But that's all from me, the Holy Lord Crazy, for now. If you want to give me beautiful and happy dreams at night, then consider joining the 3.4%. Resistance is futile. Thanks for watching my honey loops. I will see you all again very soon.